Some people make money every single night without ever waking up. It's not a side hustle. It's not stocks. It's not anything trendy. It's businesses so boring nobody else wants to run them. I looked at 20 of these unglamorous businesses and their real numbers. Today we're narrowing that list down to the 5 best of all. If you only remember one of these 5, remember the very last one. It takes the least effort out of every business on this list. Let's start counting down from number 5. I spend most of my time studying how ordinary people build real income. One thing keeps showing up. Nobody gets rich from a brilliant idea alone. They get rich from the boring idea everyone else was too proud to try. Each business here includes what it costs and what it can actually pay. By the end, you'll notice the same pattern hiding behind every single one. I ranked all 20 by how little daily effort each one actually requires. Most of these are hiding on streets you drive past every single week. Let's get into the 5 that made the final cut. Number 5. Self-storage units. This one hides in plain sight everywhere. Newer homes keep shrinking, but people never stop collecting more belongings. That simple mismatch alone built an entire industry worth tens of billions. One well-placed facility with 80 units can clear $4,000 monthly. You don't manage tenants personally. You don't fix anything inside their unit. The fastest growing renters aren't families. They're small online sellers now. They use these units as tiny warehouses without paying full commercial rent. Storage stopped being about keepsakes. It quietly became small business infrastructure. Most facilities run with one manager checking in guests a few hours daily. The rest of the day, the gates and locks handle everything themselves. Access codes replace staff. Cameras replace security guards standing around. Rent gets charged automatically every single month without a single phone call. Almost 1 in 8 households rents a unit like this somewhere nearby. That's why new facilities keep appearing in cities across the entire country. Startup costs are high, which is exactly why fewer people ever compete here. Smaller operators start with a converted lot instead of a massive complex. Even a tiny 12-unit lot can clear a steady income every month. Nobody dreams of owning storage units. That's exactly why so few compete. The boredom itself becomes the barrier that keeps competitors from showing up. That's business number 5. Boring, quiet, and paying rent every night. Number 4. Vending machine routes. Not the machines from 20 years ago. Today's machines take cards, track sales, and report everything to your phone. A single well-placed machine in a busy break room clears real profit. The product barely matters. The location decides almost everything here. One operator I read about runs 40 machines and restocks almost nothing himself. He hired a route driver. The income keeps arriving without him there. That corner was worth nothing a month ago. Now it pays rent. You're not really selling snacks. You're renting out an empty spot. Gyms, factories, and waiting rooms all share the same hidden opportunity. Foot traffic decides everything. A busy hallway beats a quiet lobby easily. A route of 10 machines might take under 2 hours weekly to service. Restocking is the only physical part. Everything else runs completely automatically. The machine itself tells you exactly what's running low before you arrive. Combo machines earn more per visit than single product machines ever could. Placement deals usually cost a small monthly fee or a revenue split. Most owners say yes instantly. It costs them nothing to allow it. Every location like this one is sitting there right now doing nothing. Once one machine proves itself, adding a second nearby is nearly effortless. 10 small locations combined often beat one giant business in total profit. That's business number 4. Small machines, quietly filling empty corners everywhere. Number 3. Commercial cleaning contracts. It sounds far too simple to matter. A single crew with 5 weekly clients clears a solid monthly income. Scale to 4 crews, and that number multiplies far past most salaries. The secret isn't cleaning better than everyone else in town. It's recurrence. One client paying weekly beats 10 one-time jobs completely. Most people who try this quit chasing new clients instead of keeping them. A happy client who trusts you is worth more than 10 new prospects. Buildings get dirty every single day. That need never takes a break. Contracts renew automatically. Owners rarely bother shopping around once they're satisfied. Medical offices and clinics pay premium rates because cleanliness genuinely matters most. Supplies cost little compared to what a monthly cleaning contract pays back. Margins here often land between 30 and 50% per contract. Training a new crew member takes days, not months of specialized skill. Labor is easy to find, which makes scaling far simpler than expected. Owners who scale past one crew stop cleaning and start simply managing. That's business number 3. Quiet, recurring, and always in demand somewhere. Number 2. Parking lots. Considered the most boring business that exists. A single well-located lot in a busy district earns real monthly income. An operator managing 5 small lots can bring in 6 figures yearly. There's no product, no inventory, no customer needing a smile, just empty space, the right corner, and people willing to pay for it. This business doesn't compete on marketing or service at all. It competes only on location, and location can't be copied overnight. Automated payment machines mean nobody stands there collecting cash all day. Gate systems handle entry and exit without needing a single attendant. Many lots start as unused land nobody thought had any value at all. Basic paving and striping is often the entire startup cost required. Lots near stadiums and event venues charge premium rates on game nights. A single busy event night can equal an entire week of normal income. Whoever claims the right corner first usually keeps it forever. That's business number 2. Nothing built, nothing sold, just space rented out. And now, number 1, the one I told you to remember earlier. It isn't a specific business at all. It's a single filtering question. Does this pay you once, or does it pay you every single month? Sell one popsicle, you earn once. Rent out the whole cart monthly instead. That single shift connects every business we just walked through together. None of these 5 ideas are clever. All 5 of them repeat. That question alone filters out most ideas people waste years chasing. A cafe sells coffee once per visit. A subscription box sells monthly. Same effort to find the customer. Completely different value once they stay. Even simple loyalty systems try to recreate this same recurring effect. Car washes learned this lesson. Memberships beat single washes every time. The customer pays once monthly and stops thinking about the decision entirely. Recurring revenue removes the hardest part of any business. Constant new selling. Ask this question about any idea before you spend a single dollar. That's business number 1. Not a business at all. A permanent principle. Let me tell you about 2 people who started at the exact same age. One spent 3 years chasing the perfect original app idea. Every idea competed against 1,000 other ambitious people doing the same thing. He rebuilt the same app 3 times chasing a slightly different angle. Investors passed politely each time. Nobody explained exactly what was missing. Years later he's still employed, still searching, still convinced the idea is close. The other person bought a small laundromat that already had 10 years of history. He didn't invent anything. He bought proven cash flow instead of chasing hope. The previous owner's records were messy, but the actual cash flow was real. While paying off that loan, he added 2 vending machines nearby. The first year covered the loan payment with a small amount left over. By year 2, that leftover money became a down payment on a second location. 4 years later, that combined income let him leave his job completely. The difference was never talent or luck or starting money at all. One chased excitement. The other built something boring enough to actually finish. Both paths were open the entire time. Only one of them got walked. Before you start, here are 3 mistakes people make with boring. Mistake 1. Choosing a cheap location instead of the busiest available one. A slightly more expensive spot with real traffic almost always wins long term. Mistake 2. Skipping the fine print on lease terms and cancellation clauses. A 5-year lease with no exit clause can trap an entire business. Mistake 3. Constantly chasing new customers instead of protecting existing ones. Keeping one client happy costs far less than finding a new one. Avoid these 3, and most boring businesses become dramatically easier to run. Here's what I'd actually do this week if I were starting today. Step 1. Write down 5 boring businesses already operating in your city. Step 2. Visit each one and simply watch how busy it actually gets. Step 3. Count customers for 1 hour during a normal weekday. Step 4. Ask the owner if they've ever considered selling the business. Step 5. Compare what you saw against the numbers from this video. That's the entire starting process. No app, no pitch deck, just observation. You now have 5 real businesses with real numbers behind them. If one of these opened your eyes, that's exactly why I made this. None of them are glamorous. All 5 of them quietly work anyway. Tell me in the comments which one surprised you the most, or tell me which one you already knew up close somehow. Subscribe if you want more of these business breakdowns going forward. I'll see you in the next one.